online recently. That's a popular meme of him being cold at the inauguration. It's been all over the place. So Dave, if you'll get the cue started for me, we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Let's go ahead and begin with the hand.
The next workout will begin in 60 seconds. Please proceed to a station.
Heels straight up the back of those thighs, little tiny hinge forward. One of the things we want to avoid with these is coming up too high and ending up doing a little arch of the lower back. That's not so good. Let's go and bring those arms forward, palms facing up, and we'll row, row, and row. Good. So today's workout, what we're going to need is a couple of hand weights as well as a squishy ball or pillow. Anything soft that you can squeeze and not destroy. Beautiful. Keep this going for 4, for 3, for 2, and we're going to go and bring the hands up, and we'll go jab, jab, jab. Beautiful. Belly button is in, shoulders are down, but the hands are up inside the cheekbones. Beautiful. I think you could probably turn that up a tiny bit, Dave. Nice. Gorgeous, ladies. Just getting ourselves nice and warm. It is a cold day. It is a blustery day. You're getting your workout done inside. You're smart. Good. Hope you got your phone turned off, your notifications turned off. Here and now, we focus on ourselves. For 3, 2, 1. Keep the jabs going, but the feet will come to rest.
Stop.
Good. And we're going to bring the jabs a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, I want to point out a couple things about punching form. You'll notice I'm bringing that elbow out to the side and extending forward. I'm also not leaving my fist out in space. Sometimes I see something like this. I want you to imagine like you're actually hitting a punching bag. If you're hitting a punching bag, you would not hit it and then leave your fist against it. There'd be a little bit of a snap back. Not too much. We want to maintain control. Good. And you'll also notice that my upper body is leaning, leaning, leaning. This is because I want to get a little bit of power into those punches. Knees and hips are nice and soft. Now, if you need to bring it to low impact right here without much power, that is absolutely legitimate.
Stop.
Good. But for me, I like to add that power. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to pick the heels up ever so slightly. We'll shift our weight over from one leg to the other and then pick it up for a boxer shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Begin set 3.
Beautiful. Hands up. Gorgeous. So boxer shuffle can be either low impact, you'll notice I'm not actually leaving the ground, or high impact, if you really want to get that heart rate up. Now, every time we go to the right, we're going to do an uppercut with just the right arm. An uppercut is essentially, if you had your opponent right here, you would strike him up under the chin. Up, up, up. Good. Beautiful.
Stop.
For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center, no punches. And again, you can keep it low impact. This is great right here. 4, 3, 2, other side. So every time you go left, you're going to uppercut on the left.
Begin set 4.
For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet a little closer together. And we're going to go into little calf raises with a fake jump rope. Gorgeous. Knees are soft, hips are soft. Nice and tall, core's in. Beautiful. And we have our invisible jump rope. Now, if you're comfortable leaving the floor, you can absolutely do so. But this isn't right for everybody. Low impact is great. Good. And at the end of set 4, ladies, we're going to go ahead, come right on down to the mat.
And switch to the next station.
So, we're going to begin with a quad extension. Make sure that you have enough cushioning underneath your knees for this one. So, back up here just a touch. Quad extension, I'm going to show you 2 different versions. Essentially,
set 1.
It's going to be a lean back from the knees. So, you're going to squeeze your butt, pull your belly button in, hands at your chest or out here. You're going to lean and hold, and then come all the way up. lean, and we get that extension through the quads right here. And then as we come up, they squeeze together. This should begin to burn fairly quickly. Now again, it's important that we keep our booty squeezed and our core tight. We don't want any hyperextension of the lower back. That's no good.
Stop exercise.
Gorgeous. So that's version 1. Version 2, if your lower back really doesn't care for that lean, you're going to hinge at the hips. So you send the butt back, but your torso stays stacked. Notice that
Begin
difference?
set 2.
So it's less of this and more of this. Now here's the key. You need to keep your spine stacked right on top of your hips. Many times I see this, and that takes all the work out of it. You don't want that chest to come forward. You've got to stay nice and straight, right on top of your hips, all the way down and all the way up. Good. Now we should begin to get some initial burn from this. It's gonna get worse.
Stop exercise.
All right, beautiful. Take a little break. Now you're gonna choose whichever one you prefer. I'll demonstrate again, either a full lean back or a hinge. Both completely legitimate, but you're gonna follow the pattern. I'm gonna do the hinge today. So, arms forward, chest is open. You're gonna hinge your butt back and hold. 2, 3, 4. Drop and hold. 2, 3, 4. Drop and hold. 2, 3. One more time. Drop and hold. 2, 3. All the way up and back. Hold. 3, 4. Drop and hold. 2, 3.
Stop
4,
exercise.
drop and hold, 2, 3, 4, and all the way up. Good. Exactly the same for set 4. I'm going to demonstrate the full lean back for this next one. Chances are the movement for this one is a little bit smaller than what I just demonstrated.
Begin set 4.
It'll look like this. Squeeze that booty, belly button in, and lean, hold, 3, 4, lean, hold, 3, 4. Lean, hold, 3, 4, and all the way up. Squeeze your butt and lean, hold, 3. If you want it harder, bring the hands to the chest. Hold, 3, 4, and lean, hold, 3, 4. Ooh, quads are
Stop
burning.
exercise and switch to the next station.
Very nice. Let's go ahead and lie down on our side. So we're going to go into a side plank series. For those of you who already know side plank is a little tough for the shoulder, I'll show you your modification in just a moment. But for those of you who want to try it, both knees are bent, elbow directly underneath the shoulder, other arm is up, and your hips are right in line, right here. Essentially, we don't want to hinge, okay? You're going to come up and hold, down, and rest. Up and hold, down and rest. If you're more advanced, you're going to come up and pulse. Now, for those of you who cannot do a side plank on one or both sides, you're going to lie all the way down, full extension, and you're going to give me an oblique crunch.
Stop exercise.
Right here. What we're going for is a squeeze of the side of that waist. If you can, bring your torso up a little bit. That's great. Okay? So we're going to stay on this same side. For those of you who need this modification, this is where you
Begin
live.
set 2.
Good, but let me review the other ones as well. You can come up and hold, down and rest. This is great if you're building strength in your shoulder and your oblique, or if you're more advanced, you come up and you pulse, pulse, pulse. Now, of course, those who are doing the side planks are going to mostly feel it in the lower oblique. The people who are doing the crunches are going to feel it in the upper oblique. But this, the side of the waist, is where the focus is going to be.
Stop exercise.
Beautiful. Let's switch on over to the other side with care. Good. All right. So elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Hips are right in line. Glutes are squeezed. knee
Begin
to the top of the
set
head is one straight line, and up we go on those hips. Either come up and down, or pulses. Beautiful, and a quick review for those who need the modification. Come all the way down, full extension, squeeze, and release. Good. I just really wanted to work the side of that waist today, and if you can, try to come up toward that knee a little bit. Ooh, you'll notice I'm kind of using this. Do what's right for you.
Stop exercise.
Good, take a break if you need to. Beautiful. Now, if you want it even just the tiniest bit more challenging for this last set, give me a full extension. So you come up,
Begin
all the way
set
up.
4.
and then down. And then all the way up, squeeze that butt, and then down. Completely optional. That is advanced. For most people, this is going to be plenty. You can always pulse it at the very top. You don't have to take your breaks. Make sure that your hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. And at the end of this set, we're going to come on over to our hands and knees. Ooh, my waist is burning. It's good. Right down here.
Stop exercise and switch to the next
Beautiful.
station.
Hands and knees, and you're gonna grab your pillow or your squishy ball. We're gonna be working the hamstrings and the glutes. So, you're gonna take this bad boy, that's gonna go right behind your knee. Now hold on to it. Of course, you're gonna have to squeeze your heel into your butt, and then you're going to need to pull your heel up. So, we're going to pulse, 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 followed by a squeeze of the ball or pillow. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Again, up, up, up. Then the pillow squeeze, 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 and squeeze. Now what we're going for here is even hips and flat lower back. We do not want a bowed lower back. We also do not want a turned out hip. Good, go ahead and take a break. But we are gonna stay on the same side to get that burn also, because transferring the pillow can be kind of a pain in the butt. Literally. All right, set 2. Don't fire me.
Begin set 2.
Heel in, knee up, and start with the initial pulses. Now, something to keep in mind here is in order to avoid any bowing in the lower back, we do want to make sure that we don't pulse the heel too high. Many times I see women focusing on height, but if you squeeze too high, what ends up happening inevitably is that tailbone starts to poke up toward the sky and your lower back starts to bow. Not really what we want here. What we want is a nice solid burn of the back of that leg.
Stop exercise.
And the booty. Excellent. Now we're going to switch. I'm going to turn around so we can easily see the other side, but you, of course, don't need to. Pillow or ball behind that knee. Nice flat tabletop style back. Make sure your neck stays long.
Begin set 3
here. Squeeze the heel into the butt. Bring that heel up to the sky and begin with your upward pulses. Pulse. 2, 3. Hips are even as you squeeze. The ball. Then you pulse your heel up, high, and belly button is in. So what we're doing here is the pulses where you send your heel higher is going to be all in the glutes. I want you to really hyper focus on this muscle here. But then when we squeeze the heel in, trying to squeeze the ball, you should feel a lot of burning down the back of the thigh. So pulse up for the booty, squeeze the ball for the hamstring. Working the whole posterior chain.
Begin set 4.
On that side. Good, now you notice I went through the break. You didn't necessarily have to, but I also realized that I did not cue you to break. I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Good, and up. 2, 3, very nice, and pulse. 2, 3, very good. All right. At the end of this set, we are going to turn over onto our backs.
Stop exercise and switch to the next
Gorgeous.
station.
All right. So take a moment on your back if you need it to pull your knees gently, gently, please, into the chest. Little lower back stretch. Rock your hips from back to forth. Good. And this is going to be your starting position. Transition both hands over to one knee, full extension of the other, and hold, hovering just above the floor. As you hold, you should feel your abs resist your lower back. Essentially, your lower back is going to want to come up off the floor. You're using your abs to keep your back flat. And then you're going to switch and grab the other knee. Full extension and hover. Lower abs should be working hard. And switch.
Stop exercise.
Very good. And switch. Very nice. Go ahead and take a little break here. Woo. Now, that was level one. A hard grab of that knee is going to give you a lot of extra help.
Begin set
Level two is going to be a light grip of the knee. Think 2 fingers on each hand. Grab the kneecap and switch. 2, 3. And switch. 2, 3. Very good. Keep that belly button pulled tightly into the spine. Lower back is nice and flat. Now, if the 2 fingers is not enough support, your lower back starts to feel painful, you want to grab that knee again. Alternatively, you don't have to go out this far and this low. You can stay higher, like so, or you can limit the range of motion. Essentially, you're just not straightening out that leg all the way. Both are available to you. Very good. Rock your knees right to left. All right, progression 3. Both legs, straight up in the air.
Begin set 3.
2 fingers on each hand behind the knee as the other one extends. 2, 3, and switch. 2, 3, and switch. 2, 3. A flexed foot is fine, a pointed toe is fine as well. 2, 3 if you want to feel like a graceful ballet dancer. 3, and switch. 2, 3. Good. Very Pilates this. You should feel a lot of work in your quads as well, especially after those quad extensions. Again, this is optional.
Exercise.
Good. Very nice. All right, level 4. Again, completely optional. You don't get any support from your hands because your hands are behind your head, helping to lift your skull
Begin set 4.
and the upper part of your back up off the mat. Full extension of those legs. And switch. 2, 3. Switch. 2, 3. Switch. Now, if you'll notice I'm sort of quick and then holding. If that quick movement bothers your lower back, you can by all means go slower. In fact, slower is a little bit harder. 2, 3, and switch. 2.
Stop exercise
Woo.
and switch to the next
Very
station.
nice. All right, roll to your side, ladies. And then you're going to very mindfully come on up to standing. We're going to do a fun little combo. Should always take the word fun with a grain of salt whenever I say it.
Begin set 1.
So we're going to begin with a big letter A. Big step back. Chest is forward, and we pull up, and we squeeze. So many of you who have taken this class before, because I cannot assume that you have a bench, you should be fairly familiar with this row. Elbows are close to the waist. Shoulder blades are squeezing hard. Both legs are fairly straight, but not locked. We're not really going into a lunge here or anything.
Stop.
Good.
Exercise.
Very nice. Beautiful. Now from here, you're going to bring the weights into your belly. Lace your fingers if you need to. Hold them close. Transition your weight onto that front foot and soften that front knee. You're going to tap,
Begin
tap,
set 2.
tap, and tap. Now you'll notice I do not have a straight leg, okay? My knee is nice and soft. My hips are back. This is a hinge. Woo. So we should feel that quad burning. Excellent. The lower you can get, the more challenging this is going to be. Belly button is pulled in very tightly. Weights up into that belly or pelvis even. Low is good for this one. Tends to be easier on the lower back. Keep the chest as open as possible.
Stop exercise.
Very good. Woo! Shake it out. For simplicity's sake, we're going to do that whole sequence again on that leg. Yes, that leg is going to get tired. So, big letter A. Chest comes forward.
Begin
A little
set
bit.
3.
Hands come forward, palms facing each other, and squeeze. Good. Now you're going to try to drop your shoulder blades down your back and then pinch them together. What we do not want is the shrug. We don't want those shoulders up towards your ears. And squeeze. And squeeze. Good, ladies. Beautiful. Keeping that core nice and tight. Upper back, working hard. Those back muscles, that's what gives you a lovely open chest and a beautiful posture.
Exercise.
Good. Give me one more. Beautiful. Then fold the weights into your torso. Lace the fingers as needed. Shift your weight onto your front foot so that that back foot is barely tapping, and soften that front knee. Weight is always in the heel
Begin set 4.
of the front foot. Now you should be able to wiggle your toes at any given moment during this exercise. The torso is very stable. You'll notice I am not leaning forward or back, okay? Always stock still. Good. Also, there's some balance work involved. My thigh is burning, and yours should be too. I hope it is. Good. Chest is open, core is
Stop
tight,
exercise
and
switch
come
to the
on
next
up.
station.
Good. Take a break here. Meaning put the weights all the way down. Then you're going to give me a big old hip roll. Because guess what? This leg is tired. This one is not, meaning that we have to switch to the other side. So I'm going to face the other direction so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Same thing. Chest forward and squeeze. We are still getting 4 sets for each of these exercises. We're just changing up the order a little bit. Because Nicole has a short attention span. I'm just gonna keep you entertained, that's all. Beautiful. Fit and entertained, that's my goal. Belly button is in.
Stop exercise.
Weight is in the heel. Give me one more squeeze. Then you should know the drill by now. Weights into the belly. Shift your weight gently onto that front foot. Soften up that front knee. Weight in the heel. Very light weight on that back foot, and tap.
Begin
Tap.
set 2.
Tap. Very good. Send your tailbone back. Get a little lower if you can. It's going to be hard to maintain that, but try. If your knees are sensitive, you can come up a little bit, but you should at least be soft. No locked knees. That takes all the work out of the quads. Good. Yes, belly button is in. You've got this. Woo. Beautiful. Now what's happening as that foot moves through space, the reason this
exercise
feels so hard is because that quad has to contract and adjust every time you're moving. Even though you're technically holding still through this whole part of the body, your muscles still have to adapt to keep you stable.
Begin set 3.
Set 3, here we go. Step it back, chest forward, belly button in, squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. Now if you're holding very light weights, and you're like, you know what, my upper back just doesn't feel like it's working that hard, hold the elbows high, pulse, pulse, pulse. I'm introducing this harder move on the very last set, so if you think you can do it, go ahead and give it a try with the knowledge that you only have to do it once. Make sure your chest is at least a little bit forward. If it's up too high, that's mostly shoulders. You want to get the back. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring those weights in. Shift your weight into the heel of that front foot. Back foot is nice and light. Front knee is nice and soft. And tappity, tappity,
Begin set
tap. Good. Excellent, ladies. Woo. We are ending our workout standing. All right, we have one more move after this. This is the last set of these. Oh, thank goodness. But before you give up, send your booty back, get a little lower. Ooh, I know you can do it. Gorgeous, ladies. You've got this. Beautiful, nice, light
Stop
tap.
exercise and switch to the next station.
We do not mess around. All right, let's finish up with some arms. So first I'm gonna have you roll your shoulders back and down. Sometimes that forward hinge can build up a little bit of tension in our shoulders and our neck. We're beginning with a bicep curl, holding at 90
set
degrees.
1.
Now, you're welcome to do a hammer style like this, or an open palm. If an open palm causes any weirdness with your elbow or your shoulder, try a hammer. This is a more neutral position. And yeah, it's true, we haven't moved yet. We're just holding it. You're gonna love it. Oh, it's gonna burn so much. It's gonna be so good. All the way to the end of this set. Make sure the elbows don't start to travel back, nor are they traveling forward. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Technically, this is our break, but you're not gonna take it. Instead, you're gonna give me toy soldier pulses. Good. Now, we don't want this fast. We want soft knees, tight glutes, tight abs, slow, smooth movements. Again, one of the biggest things I see here is that the elbows start to float back. That takes all the work out of the biceps. We want the elbows in, the hands parallel. So essentially we don't want this or this. And slow and controlled. If you start to feel your chest cave, it's pretty common. Just every now and then do a little check, roll your shoulders back and down. You got this. Beautiful. Working the front of that arm. Woo. All right, roll the shoulders back. You're gonna face the palms behind you. Same pattern. Soften your knees. Tiny hinge in the hips. Belly button is in tight. Set 1. You're gonna press those hands back, and you're holding it. Yes. Yes, you are. If you can get them a little farther back, do it. Eyes are forward, maybe slightly down, but we don't want to be looking all the way down. That's going to straighten that neck. We also don't want to be looking up. Keep your head in alignment, keep that core nice and tight. Yes, it burns. It's burning me. It's burning me like crazy. I really want to give up, but I'm not gonna, because I know that you're not gonna. And so our strength feeds each other. We are warrior women. We are not going to take a break. Instead, we're going to pulse back. Not from back here do we pulse from where we were. We were holding them high, and now we pulse back. Now, if this does bother your shoulders to go back this far, you can come to your sides and pulse smaller. That is okay. But for those of you with healthy shoulders, push yourselves. Press as far back as you can with control. No popping back, no bouncing, right? Shoulder blades are lightly squeezed together, but most of this height is coming from the top of the tricep and the back of that shoulder. We do not mess around. Ooh, man, breathe.
Stop exercise. Your training is now complete.
All right, ladies, I have little T-Rex noodle arms, and y'all should as well. I'm gonna come up and say hello.